Welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at pages, and pages are going to be something that we're going to use when we build our bigger project. And it is generally important to understand what pages are if you want to have any type of navigation inside of your application, because pages make it significantly easier. And this is also the intended approach when it comes to navigating through your application. All right, so let's look at the page class. Well, basically, it's a system Windows controls class, and there you find the page class. It's similar to a window, and a page holds content. So the ability to navigate to and hosted by a frame, a navigation window, and Windows Internet Explorer. So these different types can actually hold a page. Okay, so not everything can hold a page. So for example, the main window cannot hold a page directly. It has to be inside of a frame if you want to use it in the main window. But we're going to see how to use that. So a blank page looks like this. You can see it has a couple of namespaces and it has a title. And then in the code behind it basically just is of type page. So whatever name you give it, in the end, it will be inheriting from page. And then the page class key members are, for example, the lifetime management. If you set that to keep alive, this Boolean value will imply whether a page is saved in the navigation history or not. So keep alive will basically mean that you can navigate back to this page if you press the back button in your navigation bar, for example. Okay, and then there is the navigation service, the object that the host of the page is using to manage navigation. This then allows us to navigate from one page to another, which is very useful. Has the ability to navigate forward and backwards, and we're going to see how to do that. So the page class appearance, well, it inherited customizing options available similar to other controls such as the title, background, template, font family, font size. So you can define those for the entire page. And shows navigation UI reveals the default navigation bar of a page. And this navigation bar then allows us to navigate through the navigation history. Okay, so this is what you can see here. This is how it's going to look like. So this is the page navigation UI. It is very simple, but you can also see it looks very outdated. So this is something that you would have in the Internet Explorer 7 era. So really a long time ago. The problem here is it's really difficult to style this because this is a predefined style. And if you want to change that, well, we basically recommend to build your own navigation bar. It's not that difficult, even though it might seem so. And it provides you with the same functionality, but the cool thing is you can really design it however you want. And we're going to see how to do that in the demo later on. So typically a page is owned by a frame, and the frame changes its content from one page to another. So here, for example, we have this frame and it has a page as its content. And then you can navigate to the other page, just changing the content of the frame. So the frame doesn't hold both pages at the same time, but the frame holds one page, and then you can just send the content of the frame to be a different page. And navigation will be discussed in detail when we actually come to the specific example where we're going to build a navigation system. And for now, all you need to remember is that the page contains the content. The frame's content is a page, so the frame does not contain all the other content. It's the page that contains it, but the frame contains the page. So the frame is the parent of the page. And when navigation occurs, the content of the frame changes from page 1 to page 2. And the content of the page itself does not change. Okay, so you don't have to readjust the page or whatever. You just have a separate page which shows the contents that you want to display whenever you navigate to a different page. So you don't have to change the content of page 1. If you want to display something else, you would just go to page 2, for example. Of course, it depends on your particular case that you have there, but usually that's what you would do. Okay, so that's a little bit of an introduction to pages. We're going to see how to use them in practice, and I think it makes a lot more sense then, because theory is all good, but it's really better to actually see it live and then play around with it. All right, so see you in the next video.